Have you ever received an invitation that sent chills down your spine? Picture this. A man alone in his apartment, the clock striking midnight, when a slip of paper is slid under his door. An unexpected handwritten invitation. He initially brushes it off as a prank, an attempt at a late-night scare, but the unease lingers. The handwriting on the invitation is shaky, trembling as if the author was writing in fear or perhaps under duress. The ink, blotchy and inconsistent, bears an unsettling resemblance to dried blood. A location is given, unknown and unfamiliar, a place he's never heard of, let alone visited. It's an invitation to an event shrouded in mystery, a puzzle waiting to be solved. As the man holds the invitation, the eeriness of it all seeps into his bones, a cold dread that's hard to shake off. Imagine how you would feel. A chilling invitation, a mystery to unravel. But the story doesn't end there. What if the location you were invited to turned out to be an abandoned, haunted house? This is the chilling predicament our protagonist found himself in. Driven by a curiosity that gnawed at his rationality, he decided to venture towards the location. What greeted him was an eerie sight. An old house, crumbling under the weight of time, stood defiantly against the elements. It was shrouded in an almost tangible darkness that seemed to seep from its very core, turning even the most vibrant of colors into dismal shades of gray. The house was flanked by skeletal trees, their gnarled branches swaying ominously in the wind. The leaves rustling against each other sounded like hushed whispers, carrying secrets of the forgotten past. As he approached, a cold shiver ran down his spine. There was something about the house that felt alive. It wasn't just a structure of bricks and wood. It was as if the house was watching him, its unseen eyes following his every move. Echoing from within the house were sounds that defied logic. Strange, guttural noises, intertwined with the faint laughter of children. Shadows flitted in the corners of his eyes, disappearing when he turned to look. An oppressive presence weighed heavy in the air, making it hard to breathe. He stood at the threshold, the darkness of the house beckoning him. As he stepped inside, he was blissfully unaware of the horrors that lay ahead. What would you do if you found yourself trapped in a house that echoed with the screams of the past? Suddenly, the man found himself a captive in this eerie dwelling, doors that once swung freely, now locked from the outside, imprisoning him within the chilling confines of the house. A symphony of the macabre filled the air. Whispers soft as a lover's breath, yet chilling as the grave, drifted through the house, bouncing off the walls and filling the silence. Heart-wrenching cries and laughter, as hollow as the house itself, echoed in the stillness. Yet no living soul was in sight. The house, seemingly alive, began to play a terrifying game with the man. Objects moved of their own accord, as if invisible hands manipulated them. A book would fly off a shelf, a chair would shift across the room, a chandelier would swing wildly, creating an orchestra of fear. Suddenly, a cold gust of wind would sweep through the room, the icy touch of unseen entities. Mirrors, usually a reflection of reality, twisted this truth. They showed not his own reflection but that of strange figures, their faces obscured, their intentions unknown. The man, once a mere visitor, was now a prisoner. Once a skeptic, he was now a believer. The house with its unseen inhabitants had claimed another victim, feeding on his fear, savoring his terror. The man, once a skeptic, was now a believer. The house was haunted. Imagine the relief of escaping such a place, but can one ever really escape? Imagine the man, breathless, heart-pounding, finally breaking free from the house that held him captive to its terrifying whims. His body is free, but his mind, oh his mind, is forever tethered to that haunting location. He's left with a scar, an indelible mark, not on his skin but on his psyche. His nights are filled with the echoes of whispers, the same whispers that filled the haunted house. His days are filled with the constant feeling of being watched, as though the unseen terror has followed him, extending its reach beyond the confines of that old house. Shadows seem to take on a life of their own, morphing into gruesome figures that dance at the periphery of his vision. The man's life, once ordinary, is now a chilling reminder of the unseen forces that lurk in our world. So, the next time you receive a mysterious invitation, would you dare to accept it?